Was it difficult to find investors in Florida? Yes. Now, to be fair, I raised my original angel fundraising round for Intrenio several years ago, and things have certainly changed. But at the time, there were tons of headwinds in Florida. Our state had no lack of capital, that's for sure, but it was all concentrated in low-tech areas like restaurants and real estate. It's created two massive problems: a mismatched risk profile and a severe lack of investor education and sophistication. Pitching these investors is a nightmare. They'd ask about EBITDA and profitability. They didn't understand machine learning, and it took forever for them to make decisions. The timeline was particularly damning. Many of them didn't understand the need for speed and the competitive pressure that tech companies were under. It took one local angel investment group 6 months to tell me no. Once they told me they would put me in the parking lot for later, as if that's how venture fundraising rounds worked. I watched this same group give a local entrepreneur $1 million at a $2 million valuation. Absolute highway robbery. This is because we developed a serious unionization issue with local angels. Maybe it was because they realized their own limitations, but they banded together. These angel groups became the only source of early-stage capital, eliminating any bargaining power for the founders in the area. Other startup organizations and incubators took most of their funding from the government. In order to keep getting their paychecks, they had to check these boxes, but the government was designing the boxes, and what do they know about entrepreneurship? I beat my head against the wall down here in Florida for over a year before finally spreading my wings. I spoke at a conference in Singapore and brought on 4 high-level financial services executives as angel investors while I was there. I met a fintech VC firm in California who really believed in us. And I started to meet some Wall Street retirees locally who really understood what we were building at Intrenio. I was starting to feel the first tailwinds of the tech investment community in Florida. The Wall Street exodus already began far before COVID, with retirees seeking out sunshine and even younger execs seeking out tax benefits. The rise of the rest sent institutional investors and VCs searching down south. And finally, COVID was a huge boost for tech in the South. Today, because of these tailwinds, things are improving. Founders that are fundraising today have it a little bit better. Independent, privately managed investment groups and VCs are starting to pop up. Investor education and sophistication is improving, and tech is getting more attention. My advice to entrepreneurs who are fundraising in Florida is to cast a wide net. Don't be limited by the constraints of your hometown. Investors from all over the world want to hear from you. And if you are talking to investors in Florida, do your homework. Ask lots of questions. Talk to other founders in the area. Don't sink too much time into the wrong people or organizations. If you have more fundraising questions, please drop them in the comments and I'll answer them. Good luck out there.